Mark Zuckerberg trying to make an argument that technology is empowering. And this is to some extent what he's saying is true, but you also need to realize that he's saying this in service of maintaining an oligarchy, right? It is like, we're going to give you, here's the deal. We're going to bake this big cake and you're going to get some crumbs from it. And that's more than you had before. Mm-hmm. Because it is true that it democratizes things like Twitter and Facebook and whatnot, that democratizes sort of the discourse a little bit. I mean, you have platforms that get created. But at the end of the day, the power, what it also is doing, it is allowing the concentration of power so that discourse becomes less relevant in super important questions.
In the world. It is a fifth estate alongside the other power structures in our society. And people no longer have to rely on traditional gatekeepers in politics or media to make their voices heard, and that has important consequences. And I understand the concerns that people have about how tech platforms have centralized power. But I actually believe that the much bigger story is how much these platforms have decentralized power by putting it directly into people's hands. It's part of this amazing expansion of voice that we've experienced through law and culture and now technology as well.
All right, what's interesting is that, yes, it has enhanced people's voices, but he doesn't really make it clear on how they've enhanced people's power. Mm-hmm. Because he says on one hand, the bigger story is not these massive concentrations of power because I'm sitting atop a billions worth of dollars and an asset that can change all of this, and I can actually switch a lot of stuff by just futzing with the algorithms. The bigger story is that people now can have their own personal brands and can talk and be heard. And that may be a bigger story for the individual on some level, right? Like for me, yes, like I am on YouTube and...
But that was a conversation in like 2008. That's not what it is today.
Exactly.
There's no, that's like the Chamber of Commerce selling small businesses. Meanwhile, these small businesses are being eaten up by monopolies. That's not the conversation people are having today. And let's not forget, those voices, what he packages as free speech was actually free content for him. And that's how he was able to build his power and monopolize this industry. If I wanted to start a Facebook tomorrow, that wouldn't happen. If I wanted to start anything tomorrow on a technological platform, it would either be eaten up right away or there's just no way to raise the capital to be able to compete with it. There's just, sorry, tech entrepreneurs, I hate to break it to you, you missed your opportunity. Like, that's where we are today.
The headline for him is that he figured out how to make money off of the things people do in the course of their day-to-day lives.
That's right.
In a way, it's a form of primitive accumulation, right? It's like the gold rush. He's broken new ground. There was a sector of life that capital had not yet found a way to intrude upon and extract value from, and he figured it out. Mm-hmm. So when you might be normally sitting around talking to your friends, dicking around on the internet, whatever, these are social reproductive activities you do for free, he's figured out how to monetize it and make us all his workers, basically.
That's right.
The key adjective he used is traditional gatekeepers, because he can't just say the word gatekeepers. Mm-hmm. And he's got to worry about the time where people stop looking at Facebook as this new tech thing and people realize that, oh, that's just another gatekeeper in itself.
That's right.
Will you just pull up some audio of Donald Trump Jr.? Because these guys sound almost identical. It just, Zuckerberg sounds like Donald Trump Jr. would if he was on ecstasy. Where I just sort of feel like he's got a little bit more sort of like breath and a little bit more feigned excitement. Like, I'm going to try and make you excited about this new frontier that, here we go. Play Zuckerberg and then play Trump.
He looks like a Star Trek
in the world.
Yeah.
It is a fifth estate alongside the other power structures in our society.
Okay, now do it.
When you're the father and your son's entire career is dependent on that,
right?
They own you, Sean. That's what it is.
He's just a little bit more angry.
Inc., and
he's not trying to sell. He's trying to indict people. Yeah. There you go. All right. We got time for just a couple of phone calls, and then we got to get out of here, folks.